Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Reviewing Comics with me, your host, Alexander Turbin. Today we're going to be going over Strike One from 1993, a local power comic. But before we get into that, I'd like to show you some of my own stuff. This is Random Access, and you can get these by going to patreon.com/Alexander Turbin. They're full-size comic that is 10 pages by me and then usually a couple pages by backup artists and stuff. This is the newest issue, issue 19, and the cover is by Jamie Barrows, and it looks particularly awesome. I've gone black and white for a little while. The summer months, maybe, or a few issues until I can figure out the scheduling and stuff and figure out how to use my time the most wisely. So we're back to black and white for a little while anyway. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But we will see what everybody else thinks. Anyway, it's random access. You can also get these at alexanderturbin.com, or you can contact me directly at Instagram, alexturbin0441 at instagram.com. And so, yeah, there you go. If you enjoy that kind of stuff, I'd appreciate it if you got some and help the channel and help me create more of these videos. So, Strike One. This is a Maine-made comic from Mars Hill, which is a couple hours away, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I think it might be on the coast a little bit. So, Power Comics. I'm one of the Power Comics community, obviously. I'm one of the more notable Power Comics people, I guess, from Mutandis back in 1992. So this was a year after us. So I've seen a lot of Power Comics, and I've dealt with a lot of Power Comics, and this is probably the most Power comic of all of the Power Comics that I've ever laid my comic power eyes on. It is, so if you enjoy Power Comics, seek this out. It is a tremendous thing. Power Comics, they are what they are. They're basically people trying to do more than they are able to do. I think that might be one of the characteristics of a power comic. I'm not entirely sure, because you can have good art and be a power comic. I don't know. Not to say that this art is bad. It just simply is what it is. Super Image, almost ripping off Image. I don't know if any of these images are swipes, but they are certainly so image centric that they it's almost an Image book done by Power Comics, which is, kind of cool if you love Image, and a lot of people did, and I bought a bunch of Image books back in the day. So you've got 4 different stories here. You've got Soul Strike, created, written by Jason Struckney. Night Core, created, penciled, inked, lettered, and written by Chris Murchison. Gabriel, created, penciled, inked, lettered, and written by Ryan Churchill and Tim LaCroix. And I think this is Soul Strike. No, this is Soul Strike. I don't know what that is. Symbol. It's called Symbol. Created, inked, penciled, and lettered, and written by Carl Dampf. So, It's Broken. This is an anthology of very super imagey constructed stories. Basically, you have here the first story. I'll just kind of briefly go through the stories and tell you what I think of the writing and the art. I'm not gonna wait until the end and go through the art and the writing, because it's Power Comics writing, it's Power Comics art. A lot of it is unintelligible. You can't really tell what's going on, either with the story, either with the writing, either with the story, the arc, or the plot, or the narrative art. There really isn't a whole lot of narrative art, but there's some. I mean, there's some cool things. So here's your Deadpool takeaway, really. But he's got some Kirby dots, and Kirby dots are always cool. It's in 2020, the year 2020, and he's I don't know. The situation is desperate. So yeah, I'm going to try to get as much of the artwork, show as much of the artwork, because there really truly isn't much story in any of these. It's just like mercenary group, mercenary group, um, superhero team. I think they're all mercenary groups or assassins or something, and they're fighting somebody for some reason. They don't always say, like this first story, which is Strike One. No, Soul Strike. I guess Strike One is the name of the anthology. Soul Strike is the name of the first story. So you've got this character, and he's powering up, and you've got these bad guys, and he's looking bad guy-ish, and apparently he shoots bad guy or bad guys, and he's looking cool, and he's saying some stuff. You don't know what he's saying because there's no word balloons. He's just yelling. This is a silent silent image comic. I don't know. So I'm really wondering why he didn't put any kind of dialogue. But he's saying something. You can't really tell if he's talking or not. He holds his hand up. He holds his gun up. He fires. He takes the blast in the chest. He throws his axe slash what do you call those things that cut grass? Anyway, it's one of those. He fired, so he's sitting there posing between him getting stuck in the throat by Soul Strike's thing. I don't know if you guys can remember what it is. Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this super drenchingly image ripoff. I'm gonna call it homage, not ripoff. It's an homage to Image. These guys, they love Image. They're like 4 or 5 Image loving dudes that just got together and like, let's put out an anthology together and have all of our different art and all of our different stories, and let's just do it. And then it goes on to Nightcore. So that's the end. Good guy kills bad guy. Apparently, to be continued. I don't know where we started from, but we did. We started there. So here's Nightcore. Get off your asses and let go. Let's go. We are the last known members of Nightcore Elite Team. We are the last. I have many memories of my time with Damage Inc. Okay, so that's Death Blow. Super, super Death Blowy. And this is, what's his name that's in Wolverine, or maybe it's supposed to be Cable or whatever. It's not a bad pose. I feel like these are maybe swipes. It's so imagey, you have to switch it like this to read it. That's how imagey / New Mutancy / X-Force it is. Doesn't say who they are. I mean, it says who they are. Doesn't say what they're fighting. They're fighting something. It really does. It really does not say. Too many memories. Too many. And the other one, too many. It was up to us. Deadlift is with me now, along with memory. Memory. I don't know. I can't understand it. And then you switch it back to this. I like experimental comics. Putting a page on his side for no reason, not really experimental. But I'm not here to bash these guys. They tried their hardest. I tried my hardest. We ended up with the products we ended up with. And hopefully these guys went on to great art careers. I might have to Google them and see if they anything happened to them, or if Chris Knox is watching this and he knows any of these guys. Let me know in the comment section if you still talk to any of them or anything like that. I don't know if this was your comic or if it was my comic or where I got this, but I always picked up Maine made comics, so it's hard to say where I got something. So we're done with Nightcore, and now with Gabriel. So I don't know. I guess this is more X-Force-ish inspired stuff. You've got this character who looks he's yelling, and only 3 bullets left. The team is split. I've got to make them count. 3 left, no help. So basically, he's just fighting somebody. The one really cool thing about this is the lettering is, I think these are supposed to be razor blades. I kind of wish that they had been done a little bit better, or differently to kind of make it show that they are razor blades images. So, and the lettering is pretty cool. The lettering in all of these has been pretty cool. And the art, I'm not going to go into whether or not I think the art is good or bad. It's power. It's young. It's energetic. It's them trying to be Image and X-Force. And I'm not going to accuse them of swiping panels or images or pages or whatever. This first story doesn't feel like it's swiped at all. Maybe some of the poses might be swiped, but definitely this second thing is definitely looks like it was either swiped or very, very closely homage. So much so that it almost feels like it was swiped. So these guys are fighting somebody. Somebody has a sword. Somebody looks like Spider-Man with a dash of what's his name? Deadpool. They use the blood spatter with the lettering, which is always cool. So even if these guys are swiping, or such deeply homaging, they're learning tricks. They're learning how to do different things, and hopefully they went on to do different comics and more comics. And if you start out by swiping, then your next one you actually decide where to put the swipe or where to put the image or something that you actually learned how to do, and then you put it into something else. So I mean, I'm not saying that they should have done it or should have swiped anything like that. In fact, they shouldn't. But hopefully they learned something from it. That's what I'm saying. Another turn, and here's some more nonsensical kind of dialogue. They're fighting. You Showtime. Nobody shoot. Oh, you shot me. Nobody shoots. This guy took one hit from me. Wannabes. And thought he was Kung Fu Crazy Guy. So I'm not really sure what any of this means. I don't think it really means a whole lot, actually. It's just a bunch of guys fighting. Here's the beginning of a story. They want it to seem very enigmatic and not scary, but eerie, possibly. This is the I don't know what it's supposed to be called. It's just target practice, I guess. But it has dragons. So these dragons are gonna be the domination of Gabral, and they are going to destroy all humans and blues that exist. I don't know what blues are. I don't think they ever describe what a blue is or explain what a blue is. And here's more dragons. He just wanted to draw cool dragons, but they are all looking the same. And they don't have any kind of different vantage or anything like that. It's very designy, which is cool. I think the dragon kills a knight, and he is put down. Okay, maybe that was Gabral. I think they have an extra story in here. They've got that they don't show in the beginning. Soul Strike. Here's Soul Strike. This is to be continued. And this is Nightcore, right? Nightcore. And then, oh, I think Nightcore actually continues. This is still Nightcore. Overshadow. So they're fighting Overshadow, but they don't look, any of the characters don't look anything alike. Like they change styles. Like this is definitely Deathblow style, Jim Lee style, and which was, Deathblow Frank Miller style. And then you have this, which is, I thought this was a different story because they have different lettering, different fonts, different everything. But I think this is still Nightcore. So I'm a little bit less confused, I guess. And then this is Jabral, which is the dragons, which are pretty cool. It's got some cool designy symbology going on, and some cool hatching and cross hatching. And then you've got the symbol one, which is very Jack Kirby-esque, and yet they also want to be part of the Image things. Maybe they were checking out 1960. I can't remember the Alan Moore comics that he made, but maybe those are them. They don't really. These are some sort of mercenaries. They're going to fight somebody or kill somebody or something. They talk about bringing him back alive or bringing him back not alive. So it just kind of ends. They shoot somebody and it ends. And then they've got a few pinups of all of the different characters. And then at the end, they have a ballot mechanism where you take the ballot and you send in which story you'd like the least. And they're going to rework the story and change it to do whatever. They say they were not going to fire the artists. They're just going to have them rework it or whatever. So yeah, here you go. This is Strike One from Jarvis Publishing. It's got a lot of energy. It's got a lot of enthusiasm. They're taking veritably what they see on the image pages, and they're trying to replicate them into their own comic book, which is a fantastic endeavor. They really try their hardest. You can see a lot of the noodles that they put into this. The panel work really isn't that bad. It breaks the panels, borders. They've got a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. They're very enthusiastic about their comic book, which I really appreciate that. But I mean, the stories, there are no real stories in here. There aren't any stories, and you wouldn't buy this thinking that there were stories. All you're buying this for is the nostalgia and the this is a good cover. I actually really enjoy this cover. What's the back cover is something like this. So Strike One. I'm not going to give this a grade. It's a power comic. It is what it is. If you enjoy power comics, this is as power comics as a power comic can possibly get. It's really rambles on, hard to figure out. There's really nothing there to figure out. I do love the cover. I like the logo. Very Power Comics 90s after Image. So yeah, I'm not going to give this a review number. Mostly because it's an anthology, but also because it's a power comic and they're just trying to do their best. And I bet they had a blast doing it, and they all pooled their resources and they got this comic out. And who knows if it sold in Diamond or if they just went to conventions or whatever. But I may have met these guys at some kind of conventions and stuff. But if you guys like this, let me know. And if anybody wants to buy this, let me know. Actually, any of the comics that I've reviewed on this channel, I still have. And if you want to buy it, just send an offer and we can talk. But if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. and hitting the notification bell, as well as giving me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. So until next time, I'll see you guys later, and keep the power rolling. Keep the power rocking. I'm still working on a send off. See you guys later.